dangerous, hazardous waste dump. And the guy, they hauled everything out of there illegally, of course. And I got the dump ticket. It was just Providence.
So I even got the. We had to leave so much stuff.
We had to leave so much stuff because the city wouldn't let us move it. They said it was hazardous waste, and they knew what was there, but it was contaminated with sewage. But they pulled the water wouldn't let us wash anything. So went around to the neighborhood, told no one to let us have any water or electricity or anything, or they would be penalized. And I had that in writing. So it's been this thing. The city got involved on July 23rd, 2010, via a hazmat call I made. The city was there earlier in the day without our presence.
Evidently the city was involved long before we moved in.
Oh yeah, because
there's a whole list.
There's a list of people that were there.
Inspection.
Yeah, they refused to do an occupancy there, but they returned the power on and all that. So
showing the city going against their own rules.
Well, yeah, completely.
Conduct.
Yeah, and working together. So, but anyway, on the positive note, right now this is like I feel good and positive. Like I have some hope here, and all I'm saying is love has brought me through this, and not only that, every ounce of brain power that I have, which has been a real challenge, because what happens is that it's like meningitis, where the plates of your top of your cranium actually and the sides will actually shift and change shape, creating, in my case, a sharp crown. Angular point on my top of my head. But you can see people in the neighborhood being affected by this property, and they walk around and they hit their heads at night because they can't sleep, and they're in that neighborhood, and you can see it. 2194, 2192 Corson Street.
You see new ones.
So this is a warning. The guy that went in there to remove the trash, he got nosebleed, sick, and he was just walking around in a stunned daze. He brought his little girl in there, a little tiny girl, must have been maybe 4.5.
And small to the ground.
And next to the ground, knowing that this guy, he moved all this shit out, got nosebleeds, got all fucked up when he hit the dirt.
And then he brings his daughter.
The dirt made him really sick. Moving the dirt, that's what he said was the worst. And he hadn't even gotten, he goes on that dirt. And see, we were in it. See, we survived. And the crazy thing was like, you get so high. People would just leave all their tools there. You don't realize you're getting high. The firemen even got high there. They didn't even know they were getting high until I pointed it out to them. And then, I did that because what I had to do was we had so much stuff there. We had semi-trucks, truck and trailers, maybe 4, 5, around more, with the wood and all the other stuff. Anyway, a lot of stuff in this place, okay? And we just got raped so bad and continuously, but what we've done is we're going to be immune to this, and that's all. That's what you have to do, is you have to make the earth your friend again, and you have to love it. You have to reach out and actually love the planet, love the earth, love the dirt. You can start out by loving a plant that's touching the ground. You'll be amazed. If you just look at it and just tell it how much you love it and how pretty it is, even if it's not pretty and broken and just all messed up, but you start to talk to it, and something will happen. It will. And everything is like that. Everything is made up of tiny little particles, all humming around. Atoms, stardust, It's the same as the stars. Exactly. Same as the universe. Looking out. Solar systems and everything. And it's small. And then there's things in there small. So we're just little particles formed by thought. Formed by sheer will. And it's with that will that we can reach out and heal this place. And heal each other. It's true. It's true. I found the worst thing at that property, and I had to make friends with it based on my faith. It was like a buzzsaw, hundreds of them going off in my head. People would come by at night and just scream, and they had to do it, and you'd hear it everywhere. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's like that. And voices, just anger. And so I just kept loving the ground and putting love into the plants and the trees and everything. And soon, things happened. And I realized that when the spill happened, and all that made me realize that I was killing it. And I heard it scream. And I was using natural stuff, but really high alkaline. And super, and it screamed. I heard it. And so I made a deal with it. It's a strange, funny story, but we worked with each other. And it told me what it needed. And it showed me things. And I showed it things. And right now, in order for a balance to take place on this planet, we need more oxygen. And for that to happen, the things of this planet have to learn new tricks. And what I mean by the things is the hive consciousness of the bacteria, the fungus, and what have you. They have to learn new tricks so they can break through the oil that we've created and brought up and putting back out and smothering everything. So these are simple tricks, and all of us can use them. And it's just so simple that I'm looking at this line of chems right here that everyone has in their house, and hair products and this and that, and I'm just going, oh my God. A handful goes so far, anyway, way off the point, but I'm into that. So the research I had over there going for the 7 months prior, 8 months, I put back into the earth so I could do something with all the sewage that came out. It was over 1,500 gallons, and it was trapped underneath the house in a man-made vault that was done on purpose to allow the sewage to leach out through the newly buried, like 8 years old, 5 years old, electric lines. And this was then cut off so it would go into the aforementioned sludge that covers the backyard to keep the sludge alive. So the bacteria in the sludge would eat the TCEs, the this, the that, whatever the fuck is down there. So all firemen, rescue people, everyone like that. I got tapes where Sammy Masri is threatening me, and he told me, he outlined what would happen, that there was being set up for arson and this and that, and so it was just this whole fear thing, and the people going by in the really nice $130,000 sports cars, and up and down, pointing their fingers at me, and with the gun thing and all the other stuff, and not being able to stay there because it was too damn toxic, and not have any help from the city. It was just like really fun. It was interesting. It was quite the game of chess. And that's how I can put it, or chess or whatever. But it was God. The ground rose up and it helped us. There's no other way about it. We lost, like I lost everyone I knew. My friends, my family even. And they spent a fortune on this. I know, I had federal people involved. There's just like so many wrong things. But that's not here. I can't fight it. The courts even threw the open and shut. It's not fightable. I can't fight City Hall. My point is this. Beware of that place. Beware of others like it. And if it happens to you and you happen to get poisoned, there's a way through it. And, you know, like I said, we should have died. We would have been dead long ago from the exposure that we got. We have no sense of smell. And we have that in common. We both are asthmatic. We have that in common. And things like that. I always have wet lungs. And so and both of us do. So our lungs are clear, which is actually kind of cool. Because, like, we have all these allergies and stuff. So when I went to get my lungs x-rayed, they were clear. That was, about 6-8 months before, maybe a year before I moved into Corson. They were clear. But we restored the place. We made it beautiful. It was, inside it was just, had a fire going all the time. So it's been really hard not to hate. And really hard not to, really hard to stay positive and stuff. And sometimes can't think. Now I wonder who this is. I knew it. It's yiupinh. See? So, really hard to stay positive with this. Ooh, maybe I put something up on her. Gotta make sure. I gotta close them all down. See what she says. A nice threat. We're surrounded by. Yiupinh Lee is another girl that at her shop. She's part of this program, A Machine, and inside of her own place. See, we don't have any. It's like we're not looking for revenge. We're not looking for anything like that. And it's like we've been so taken advantage of because we're nice. And, you know, police has had identity theft like you wouldn't believe. The bank of Wells Fargo has just robbed her blind. And, you know, I'm trying to get these things rectified, and they keep opening the account up and slamming charges through it. And so I'm collecting charges, so I can't close the accounts, but they closed one because it's outright bank fraud. So there's, you know, we're in just like really weird times here. And to want to fight back is good. But great care must be taken, because in fighting things you become it. We become what we fight. We become what we love. And we have the power to change.
Huh?
We have the power to change. So that's what this is about. Is like this place. We went through the papers, and we got all this stuff we have to address and do, and there's just, it's been one guy. She's been, doing stuff, but against the city, and just to keep us alive, and she's been keeping us alive, and we've been putting our energy together to keep things balanced and alive, people are going to be really pissed when they see that this stuff. Certain people are, I guess. I mean, who gives a damn? The only thing is we have to put this has got to be out before we don't have a voice. And that could be, we don't know, anytime. I mean, we both go through near-death things. But we've also rebuilt our body, and we have this technology. And so I knew that this would be a long, arduous trip, and I've been taking back our DNA by reprogramming it, and I brought papers into our environment, and of course, anytime we pop the cork, anything, it's going to get out. But takes over. It just takes over. So anyway, here's the thing: is that it takes over everywhere. Now you don't notice it, even though everything looks clean. It's really not, unless it's you have a magnet. Now, what I've discovered is a way to magnetize the things out of the air, pull it to the wall, and then repel it out in kind of a way. It flashes it. So without killing it or without harming its ability and hurting the environment, what I've been doing, and I did at this house, you can see it, is actually take a rotten wood that was inside the walls, because this water in every corner of the house is building up under the house, and actually clean the black rotten wood and then infuse it with a special method I've been playing with for years, and infuse it. But it was here that I really nailed it, and with minerals, and using this technique. It was the only thing in that yard, that house, whatever, that didn't get destroyed once the ground was opened up, and that safety barrier, the cap on top of the whatever is under there, was breached by my pressure washer when I was opening the ground up, so I could fold in all the sewage that was coming through the trough when I was draining the underneath of the house, because the city wouldn't come and help. And I called every department and everything. And the people that we leased the property didn't come. They did come. They came and saw and promised everything, but nothing happened. And I ended up, it just, one thing out, it just was like, okay, I just clean up, and fix a pipe, and it just went on. And I just couldn't believe it. Things were done on purpose to make that place the way it was. And to use victims in order to make black water that they desperately needed in there. The water itself that comes through there is open, it never stops. Even when I turn it off, they leave the water trickling. And because if the ground gets dry, it'll crack and then release all the vapors all at once. And then it'll be evident. So they didn't turn the water off all the way. And that's why it's still pressured, it still leaks. So, you'll see this stuff, and there's the story. Again, only love, man. We gotta just, there's things in here that are negative, and stuff like that. Of course, we were just totally hosed. The court, even the court documents. I had to fight my way into court, and you're gonna hear those things. But by the clerk, and everything was changed. And there's no way that anyone should have allowed that through. We even had a lawyer, and also we didn't even need a lawyer because there was simply no occupancy permit by the charter, and we didn't know that until I went down to the city and looked around to find out where the plans for the pipe was, so I could hook the pipe up. We were invested just too deep to just sit there and walk away like an apartment. No, it was just structures, and I cleared. I even cleared the trees and trimmed them. I had to because it was like a forced thing, and then I took the matter upon myself. I just looked at it as an opportunity and made it beautiful. And that's what I am. I'm an artist, and I've been a refugee, and I haven't been doing art. I don't know what I've been doing, fighting with people and documenting things, and but it's really difficult. You just want to scream and just rage, and you can't, because your anger will take you down. And see, that's basically in the Bible. I don't like quoting the Bible, but there's a lot of good stuff in there. But one of them is the Armageddon thing. Not the Armageddon thing, but the part where it says, the meek shall inherit the earth. And that's real. Because the meek, they're not going to sneak up and rob your ass. They're not going to get in your face and start punching on you and try to rape you. They're not going to try to, take what's not theirs, because they're meek, they're humble. They have an awe for this whole universe, this whole planet, each other, everything. It's just an amazing work of art. Everything. God wants everything, all of us. And in that, we can all be redeemed. We can. We're the brothers and sisters of a lot of prophets. And we're all the same. We all have the same stuff. Some of us choose to use it in a way that's unbecoming of their own spirit. We all do that. We all do that. I like the teachings of Jesus. It's a quick, very simple, very easy, very good thing. It's forgiveness. And it's in all religions. But forgiveness and love. And, you have to shake your boots up. There's a moment you pick up the tools of the demon, you become the demon. You just do. So you have to use every bit of your mind, your willpower, everything, in order to figure out how not to become violent, how not to become hateful and scornful, and how not to give up and have faith. And sometimes it just takes seeing the faith in another person to realize you got faith in yourself. Or maybe forgetting ourselves for a minute, doing something for someone else. Or standing up for our rights. After this, I see something wrong, I'm jumping. I always have, but my God. Yiupin's really upset that we're talking. Pin's really upset that we're talking. This is another really interesting thing. Anyway, there it is. I've gone through like heart attacks. If you go through, you have a heart attack, hyperventilate. Guy told me that a long time ago. He was cool. Hyperventilate your brains out, and then you got to calm yourself on within the inside. And you know, the one thing that everything responds to in this world, well, is love. And it's just an amazing thing. And love is what the earth wants. The earth wants our love. Simple as that. We're being farmed. And that much is pretty much clear to me. That we're being farmed as a group somehow. And you know, I'm not going to say all matrixy like, but somehow we're being farmed for a bigger thing. And it's our love that it wants. That's what it wants. And the opposite of love is not hate. It's indifference. To turn your back on something is the opposite of love. So if you're focusing on something, thinking that you're hating on it, you're not. You just have things you got to work out. That's all. Once the lesson is complete, then you get to go on to the next one. So know that there's a way, and just stay close to earth. Take lots of veggies. Pray a lot. And know that it's going to be okay. Peace. Peace. This might be the end of the line for us. This might be the end of the